The nurse smiled when she placed the baby in my arms. A professional smile, polished, practiced. "He looks just like you," my wife said, quickly. Too quickly. Her fingers gripping the hospital sheet like it might slide away. Her voice trembled, then steadied, like she'd rehearsed it. 9 months deployed, sand in my lungs, blood not mine on my hands. I had rushed home on a military transport with no sleep and a single thought keeping me upright: my son. The baby was warm, heavy, real, and dark brown. Not sun-kissed, not shadowed by lighting, not a trick of exhaustion. Dark. I am pale as chalk. She is pale as winter glass. Our families burn instead of tan. I stared down at the child's tiny fist curled around my finger, my mind doing math it had no choice but to solve. The room went quiet, though no one stopped speaking. "It happens," the nurse said gently. "Genetic mutations can—" "It's a genetic mutation," my wife repeated, too fast again. Her eyes were too wide, too shiny. I didn't blink. I didn't ask a question. I didn't feel anger yet, just something inside me locking into place, like a weapon being chambered. I handed the baby back, carefully, as if sudden movement might shatter the illusion she was desperately trying to keep alive. "I need air," I said. I walked out of the maternity ward and stood in a hallway that smelled like antiseptic and lies. My reflection stared back from the glass, uniform wrinkled, face hollow, eyes too calm for what they were seeing. I replayed the last year, the missed calls she blamed on sleep, the new work friend who texted late, the way she stopped asking about my missions, the way she flinched when I said I'd be home early. I had written it off as stress, pregnancy, distance. I had trusted her. That was the betrayal. Not the baby, the certainty with which she lied. I went back into the room long enough to kiss her forehead. She smelled of fear under the soap. "I love you," she whispered. I nodded. Inside, something ancient and methodical woke up. I didn't confront her. I didn't raise my voice. I went home, and I started verifying. I smiled. I cooked. I cleaned bottles. I held the child and felt nothing but weight and consequence. At night, when she slept, I worked. Phone records first. A number that appeared too often, always deleted. "A coworker," she said once. I saved it. I pulled credit statements, hotel charges during weeks she'd said she was visiting her sister. Her sister confirmed she wasn't. I ordered a DNA test online. Private, discreet, expensive. While waiting, I watched her. How she avoided my eyes when the baby cried. How she over-explained everything. How she touched me like a stranger asking permission. The baby cried one night, and she snapped, yelling his name wrong. Wrong. I felt nothing then either, just focus. The test arrived in a plain envelope. I didn't open it right away. I sat with it on the table for a full hour, listening to the house breathe. When I finally did, the words were clinical. Probability of paternity, 0.00%. I read it twice. Then I looked up the number. He answered on the third ring. "Hello?" I already knew his voice. I'd heard it once on speaker, months ago. "I think we need to talk," I said. Silence. Then, "About the baby?" "Yes." Another pause. "Okay," he said quietly. We met in a parking lot. Neutral ground. Daylight. He was nervous. Younger than me. Same eyes as the child. I handed him the report without a word. He didn't pretend. "She told me you knew," he said. "She said you were okay with it." I nodded. "She told me you were gone forever," he added. I watched his face break under the weight of that lie. That night, I laid the report on the kitchen counter. She saw it immediately. Her knees buckled. "I can explain." "No," I said. That was all. She cried. Loud. Desperate. Apologies spilling like they might drown the truth. I stood there, calm as stone. When she finally looked up at me, mascara streaked, voice hoarse, I asked one question. "Was there ever a moment you planned to tell me?" She didn't answer. That was answer enough. I filed the paperwork the next morning. No custody battle, no public scene. I removed my name from the birth certificate. I forwarded the DNA report to his email. I packed my things slowly while she watched, silent now, finally understanding that panic doesn't work on someone who has already left. "You're just leaving?" she whispered. I zipped my bag. "Yes." "What about us?" "There was never an us," I said. "There was you, and what you needed." She collapsed onto the bed, sobbing. I didn't watch. At the door, I paused. "For what it's worth," I said, "I hope he grows up with the truth." Then I walked out. On the drive away, the world felt sharper, cleaner. No weight in my chest, no questions left unanswered. I didn't hate her. Hate requires attachment. What I felt was clarity. 9 months deployed taught me something she never understood. Survival isn't about emotion. It's about knowing when to let go of what will get you killed. I left the house, the lies, the child that was never mine. I kept my name. I kept my control. And for the first time since that nurse smiled and handed me a truth wrapped in skin, I felt nothing at all.